Welcome to Past Paradise, where we dive deep into the most fascinating and sometimes controversial figures in pop culture. In today's video, we're talking about Kat Von D, the tattoo artist, reality star, musician, and former beauty mogul who's had her share of headlines. From her rise to fame on Miami Ink to launching a globally recognized makeup brand, Kat's career has been nothing short of eventful. And yes, she's had her fair share of controversies, from her romantic entanglements, including calling Jesse James the love of her life, to backlash over her opinions. So buckle up, because we're taking a ride through Kat Von D's highs, lows, and everything in between. This one's gonna be wild. A missionary doctor's child. Kat Von D's real name is Catherine von Drakenberg. She was born in 1982 in Montemorelos, a village in Nuevo León, Mexico. Missionary doctors had been in Kat's dad's side of the family for many generations. Rene, Kat's father, saw how bad Montemorelos needed a clinic and made it his goal to build one in his old town. Not long after getting married, Rene and Sylvia moved from Argentina to Mexico with Kat. Let's stop you right there before you think of Kat as that spoiled kid of a rich doctor. Not all U.S. doctors are the same, even if they're foreign doctors from Mexico. An ordinary childhood. As we already said, Kat's childhood wasn't very nice. Running barefoot on the hard dirt ground we had as kids is one of the first things I remember. For a long time, we didn't have electricity or running water, Kat said. Kat's life began in a simple way. She took baths in small plastic buckets and raced with the horses of Montemorelos. In the small town, her folks didn't think they would have 3 kids. However, things didn't go as planned when they had Kat, her brother Michael, and her sister Caroline. Moving around. Not long after that, Kat's parents made the choice to move. They were going to the United States this time. Kat, then 6 years old, remembers the long drives to the border with Texas. She had no idea that her life would soon change in big ways. This family of 5 moved from town to town for a while before deciding to stay in Loma Linda, California. Most people still don't know much about the small town of Loma Linda. Kat says that the town is small and near Los Angeles and Palm Springs. The family chose that town because it was home to a Seventh-day Adventist church. Love for music. Seventh-day Adventists aren't really like other Christians. In terms of rules and ceremonies, their faith is a mix of Christianity and Judaism. The Von Drakenbergs lived by breaking the Sabbath, not eating pork, and going to church every Saturday. The kids began learning and speaking English outside soon after they moved to the United States. While at home, they spoke Spanish, which was their first language. Kat became interested in music as she got older, and she fell deeply in love with punk rock bands. The Ramones and the Misfits were her favorite bands back then. Young, wild, and free. Kat did beauty work and got tattoos for her friends when she was only 14 years old. Can you picture a 14-year-old girl getting a tattoo? Not only that, she used a tattoo gun that made herself out of the motor from a tape player and some guitar strings. The first tattoo she ever did on her friend was a Misfits skull. Kat's parents were very supportive of what she loved, even though she was wild and loved getting tattoos from a young age. When Kat quit high school and got a job at Sin City, a tattoo shop in Los Angeles, things went completely crazy. Tattoo trouble. Parents are parents at the end of the day. Kat's freedom didn't last long because her folks soon told her that she couldn't do what she wanted to do. I think when I got tattoos and a mohawk, it was really scary for them. I stopped going to school when I was 14. Kat's parents stopped going together because things were getting worse between them. Kat chose to go to Provo Canyon School in Utah. It took place when she was 15 years old. The person with the tattoo says that the 6 months she was there was the worst of her life. Hard times in Utah. Kat said that she was sent to the school because her parents heard good things about it from a doctor. There, the 15-year-old had to go through awful and upsetting disciplinary actions at school. Kat's talked about this before. At midnight, 3 people broke into her room and made her get into their car with them. In case she tried to fight back, they told her they would handcuff her. From there, she had a degrading body search that finished with having her head shaved by force. A traumatic nightmare. The terrible 6 months she was about to go through began with this event. After getting her blood and pee checked at Provo Canyon, Kat was told that she got HIV from a tattoo client. All of this was a lie that was told to Kat to keep her from getting more tattoos. As they continued to be mean, the school gave Kat pills that made her feel dizzy. The 15-year-old was put in solitary confinement as soon as there was even the smallest sign of defiance. Kat was tortured even more. She was often made to stare at a blank wall for days on end with no breaks to go to the bathroom or sleep. End of the line. Kat Von D has been easy on her parents a lot of the time, and she doesn't hold them responsible for what she went through at Provo Canyon. Even though they sent her there wrong, they did it to protect their daughter's future. Still, Kat's life changed after these scary 6 months at Provo because she was scarred. PTSD that was very bad and drug abuse were just two of the problems Kat Von D had in her late teens. But Kat put on her boots and started tattooing again, even though she'd just been through something terrible. However, the school is still open, even though it's been criticized by celebrities like Kat Von D and Paris Hilton. The Behavioral Improvement Center treated both stars in the same way. Calm before the storm. Kat got a job at Sin City Tattoo in Los Angeles, California, not long after the hard time she was through. By this point, everyone knew she was meant to become a tattoo artist. Von D didn't make it to the big screen until 2005. It was at that time when TLC was shooting their new hit reality show, Miami Ink. Darren Brass, a tattoo artist from the show, hurt his arm, which was more good luck for Von D. TLC needed to fill a part right away, and Kat's tattoo artist teacher suggested her name to the reality TV show. Goodbye, it was Kat Von D, who was a rising TV star on Miami Ink. The storm. It wasn't long before Kat was in trouble again. She missed her family and friends back home, and she also had a major drinking problem. Not only that, but Kat also had a problem with Amy James, the owner of the tattoo shop. All of these things were making Kat's work and relationships with the other group members worse. Amy James told Kat to pack her bags and leave at the end of Season 2 because things were getting tough. The fight she had with Amy James didn't end when they left the studio. People quickly learned that Kat sent an anti-Semitic letter to James, who was Israeli-American. Kat was about to start her own show called LA Inc. at this point. TLC didn't do much about Kat's behavior because of it. The aftermath of the storm. Kat Von D and Miami Inc. did not get along. On the bright side, things did get better for Von D when her new show, LA Inc., had 3 times as many watchers as the show she'd just left. She said that the experience was constant and repeated. The guys didn't want to talk about their real lives on the show, but I promised myself I would talk about anything except my divorce. When you're honest and show your flaws, people can connect to you more. Nothing but jerks. There's no question that Kat Von D has terrible taste in guys. The famous person is said to have agreed that her love life has been full of nothing but jerks. However, Kat said this before she met her current husband. On the other hand, Kat has a first ex-husband named Oliver Peck, who became her fierce tattoo enemy because of choices she made in the past. From 2003 to 2007, they were a thing. For both of them, this time wasn't all flowers and butterflies. When we hear Oliver Peck's side of the story, we realize that the tattoo artist has never been afraid to insult his ex-wife in public. A messy image. Kat hasn't always had the best reputation, especially when you hear what Oliver says about her. All she's done is hurt every friend she's had, Oliver says. She cheated on me, messed up, and left me. Kat changed while she was at the screen. She cheated on her husband, Oliver Peck, and drank a lot while she was married to him. Peck has also made up the phrase, most self-centered person, to describe his ex-wife. Remember, though, that this comes from the man who tried to steal his wife's business. Also, Peck was let go from Ink Master after racist pictures of him were made public in 2020. It's clear that Von D isn't the only one to blame for their broken marriage. Life moves on. Alex Orbison, who is the son of rock star Rick Orbison, is the next ex-man of Kat Von D. This couple was together at the start of the date a musician trend. Von D seemed to care about this relationship. Even though they had only been together for a month, the lovers got tattoos of each other's names. What was going to happen did happen, and soon after the pair broke up. You could say that their friendship is a holdover from MySpace. Their breakup wasn't written about in the tabloids, so Orbison went on MySpace and bragged about the relationship that didn't hold up well over time. Orbeez hot take. TMZ took a picture of the original posts Orby made about Kat Von D, even though his MySpace account isn't open to the public anymore. Orby said this about his ex: "A parrot with no brain and no emotion." Orby also said that Kat pushed him to ask her to marry him, but when he did, she took another offer, which made him look like a fool. All of this took place after Orby's grandmother and dog died. Everyone quickly figured out who Von D liked this time. The new rock and roll duo. This time word spread like wildfire that Nikki Sixx, the famous extreme bassist from Motley Crue, is Von D's new boyfriend. That would be false to say that they didn't look good together. They're like the punk tattoo artist woman and the rock and roll guitarist. Some of them even look like different genders of the same person. It's too bad that everything good has to end. Surprisingly, after 2 years, this one ended on good terms. Von D is even mentioned by Nikki Sixx in his 2011 book, This Is Gonna Hurt. People depart from life. Speaking to Us Weekly about his relationship with Von D, Sixx said, "I felt that being nice and kind to the relationship was important. I know that all things come to an end eventually, and when it did, I didn't feel that it was my job to point fingers. It was clear that Sixx took a while to heal, since Kat soon after started dating Jesse James. For the record, Jesse James is best known for cheating on his ex-wife, Sandra Bullock. This means that our list of jerks is about to get longer." Line of messed up relationships. And Sixx had a hard time moving on from Von D. The bassist told TMZ, "You know, it's hard when someone you dated for 2.5 years just told you they love you and then they move on so quickly." At the same time, Jesse and Kat were being photographed in public and didn't seem to care what people thought of them. Kat shouldn't have gone out with the guy who allegedly cheated on Sandra Bullock 20 times during their 5-year marriage. Inner peace. Not even 6 months had passed when Jesse James said he really liked Von D, so much that he asked her to marry him, and Von D felt the same way. They made it public and said that they had both finally found their true love. James said, "My love for her is beyond words." Von D replied, "I can't have anyone else. He's the one." This time nothing could go wrong, right? We also wanted that. Once a snake, always a snake. The world and Kat Von D learned how real Jesse James' love was in just 1 year. It was clearly a bad choice for Kat to accept his request. The couple's wedding was called off twice before they broke up. So what caused all the trouble this time? Of course, Jesse James lied. Almost everyone except Kat Von D thought this would happen. As soon as they went their different ways, Kat went on Facebook and told everyone what had happened. She said that Jesse cheated on her with 19 different people in just over a year. Yes, once a snake, always a snake. Solid predictions. Kat Von D had to say that she thought everyone should say "I told you so" to her. Because, let's be honest, everyone but the tattoo artist saw it coming. She might have believed James when he said he'd change for good. There's no reason for Kat to believe that, of course. After the mess with James a few years later, Kat was a guest on Anna Faris's show. What did Kat Von D say about Jesse when the subject came up? "I don't even know how it's possible to screw so many people." This made us wonder what Sandra Bullock must have been through. E-girl time. After James broke up with Von D, which was a terrible thing to happen, she fell in love again. This time, who was it? deadmau5 is the stage name of DJ Joel Zimmerman. After going back and forth about it for a year, Zimmerman finally asked Kat to marry him. This suggestion was made online instead of the usual get-on-your-knees way. Deadmau5 told everyone on Twitter how he felt and made the big move when Kat's engagement ring was finished. It's too bad that everyone thought they were in love on social media, but they were actually not. What went wrong? There are 6 months in a row when bad things happen for Von D. Things either go wrong after 6 months or for 6 months. Talk of a breakup was going around social media this time, but Von D put an end to it by making things clear. Beating up someone you care about is the worst thing you could do. It breaks my heart to say this, but this relationship is over, Von D wrote on Twitter. So Deadmau5 did cheat on Kat, right? Yes and no. Another artist, Deadmau5, shared his side of the story on social media for everyone to see. He said that they broke up for a month but got back together amicably. He said he was bad with another woman during the break, but he also said he fixed things with Kat and she moved on. Tired of the BS. Kat Von D was tired of all the breakups she had to deal with over the last few years, so she chose to get married to comic Tom Green. Kat and Tom were seen going to the movies together less than a month after Kat broke up with Deadmau5. Tom Green was known for having a good track record with relationships. The performer went on short-term dates with the strangest women, and Drew Barrymore was his ex-wife. Even though his marriage was short, this Lucifer was the best of the ones we've seen so far. Reminiscing about the old days. This strange relationship didn't work out, though. Von D and Green did end things on good terms, though. The Daily Mail says that 3 years after they broke up, the couple got back together for a very short time. This was done because, well, Kat wanted one more bounce. If Kat gets back together with an ex, don't be shocked. Green isn't the only one who's done this. Kat Von D dated the stuntman Steve-O back when Oliver Peck, Orbeez, and Nikki Sixx were together. To be clear, Steve-O didn't like Von D after the first time they parted ways. The stuntman didn't hold back when he said mean things about Kat on his MySpace. Angry Ex. Steve-O wrote an entire blog post about Kat Von D's lies coming back to haunt her. Kat was caught cheating on Oliver Peck with Bam Margera, and he wrote about it on his blog. He also cleared up the anti-Semitic letter story and confirmed that Kat did send the letter to Amy James in 2008. Even though Steve hated Kat very much, Steve-O and Kat got back together in 2016. This time they were together for 3 months before they broke up for good. Double wedding. After a breakup with Steve-O, Kat Von D dated a few regular people like Cody Carlson and artist Kevin Llewellyn. All of this happened before Kat fell deeply in love with the singer LaFar Sayer. Kat really loves Sayer very much. That much is clear. The proof to back up what we said? 2 weddings. It was a few months after they told everyone on social media that they were getting married that their relationship was over. However, their second wedding happened 4 months after the first one in February 2018. What's different about them? The second wedding had a Gothic style. Blood Red Beginnings. The spooky wedding took place at the Beverly Hills Hotel. As the tattoo artist finally married the man who'd been waiting for a long time, the wedding had a strong, creepy, yet beautiful vibe. The color scheme was blood red. It was a red dress with puffy sleeves and a veil that hung over her face. The bride was pregnant. On the other hand, Sayer wore a simple black suit that made him look very bold. The wedding was the most eerie thing I've ever seen. You may be asking what Von D did with the names of the ex-boyfriend she had tattooed on her body now that she's married. Ink Mementos. Sometimes relationships don't work out, even if you do everything you can to make them work. You learn something from them and sometimes get tattoos that remind you of them after a breakup. And the same thing happened to Von D. She got tattoos of Orbeez's name and James's face. She also had tattoos on her face that were a salute to Nikki Sixx. The stars on her face are a reference to Sixx's song, Starry-Eyed. So Von D must think of her ex-boyfriends when she sees those tattoos, right? Not true. Kat herself says that the tattoos make her think of good times, not guys. She has no plans to get rid of her tattoos because of this. Turning regrets into lessons. I have many names on me, and it's not like, oh, I'm gonna regret having my ex-husband's name on my neck. It's more like a time in my life when I'm glad I lived through. Getting divorced didn't bother me either. It's something I'll always rock, Von D told Inc. magazine. The tattoo artist is proud of her work. She did, however, get rid of the Jesse James tattoo on her chest, and for good reason. On a side note, she's not the only one with strange tattoos. Her husband has a hate sign on his neck. Downs and more downs. Kat's life still hadn't been completely free of bad times, which is sad. The tattoo artist posted on social media right after she found out she was pregnant in 2018 with a comment that many people didn't like. Even though Kat Von D removed the post from her Instagram, she did say that she was interested in having a regular birth. She wrote that she wanted to have a normal birth. That means that drugs and medicines would not be used. She also planned to cook and raise her child without meat. There's a lot of anger from the people over this. Von D's beauty business was turned down by many people. Most people already didn't like her business because of the names she gave her goods, which were controversial. Lifar Von D Reyes. Soon after getting a lot of harsh criticism and parenting advice she didn't ask for, Kat Von D admitted in public that she had made a mistake. 2 months along at the time, I was still planning how I was going to give birth to my son. But the truth is, I'm not against vaccines at all. I just messed up, and I had no idea what was going on. At the end of 2018, Kat Von D and Lifar Sayer were thrilled to announce they were having a baby boy named Lifar Von D Reyes. Setting priorities. Kat spends time with her family, even though she runs a beauty brand, a veggie show, gets tattoos, and writes books. After all, she thinks that family should always come first when it comes to setting goals. The tattoo artist wrote on Instagram, "I'd do anything for this little one. Being a tough bad guy is over for this punk-loving woman who has now turned into a soft, caring mommy." Von D also stopped working in the beauty business to spend more time with her family. "It's become clear to me that I can't do everything the best way I can." Tomorrow is a mystery. Even though Von D knows what her goals are, she's also focused on the record that hasn't come out yet. The star with the tattoos has also said that after her record, she wants to go on a foreign tour. Von D has stopped putting her clients first when it comes to her tattooing hobby, but that doesn't mean she's done with etching ink for good. "I wanted to be able to tattoo for free and give my skills to anyone who asked for it as a gift. Taking care of the money side of things will be freeing for me. Kat has always loved getting tattoos, even when she was a child. And now that Kat Von D has more to do, only time will tell what the next few years will bring for her."